Okay, let's talk about Valkyrie and how to use it. It's not that hard, to be honest. Just transport us from point A to B, and literally no one expects any miracles to happen. So just pull it. It's everyone's responsibility. What about loadouts on this thing? Guns, yeah, there is CAS 14 really good against infantry. Usually the one everyone uses for the ground pounding capabilities, especially in the beginning of fights. It's good to demoralize enemies by shooting CAS 14 in the ass. And after a while, hopefully they will redeploy as anti-air maxes, waste all their nanites or whatever, or starting to use lock-on launchers. So usually when we go to a fight and we have Valk transport, if you feel confident, just use the Valk, pilot it, call out for a gunner, and then drop if it's called, or if you're getting fucked. The other guns here, Wyvern, not really good. Missile launcher was good, is not good. I mean, it's still kind of good, especially with a gunner that can track targets. Pelter rocket pods, super easy to use, but small ammunition, so will run out really fast. Hellion, I don't know. And what do you use? Magazine size, of course, as always. You can use zoom if you want. It's kind of nice for the gunner. Fire suppression, always, so no brain. Composite armor for the flak, for the lock-on launchers. Like vehicle stealth is not all that viable, to be honest, even though it diminishes the lock-on capabilities. And this is maybe what you can change most, to be honest. Hover stability airframe makes it much more maneuverable in general and stable if you want to just mow down enemies. And it has really good side thrusts, and like just generally feels much more steerable. I would say that if you're new and you just want to transport your squad from A to B, you should go for evasiveness airframe, because it literally just makes the thing goes faster. Right, so when to pull Valk? When we're about to cap a base, it's about 30 seconds and it's not too shitty on point. Usually what I do is press U button to redeploy. Let's do like this. I'm killing things, blah 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 blah. Looks kind of good, it's 30 seconds left. Yeah, well, it's time to redeploy. Wait for the squad lead to tell you where to go. You can also use the brain. See, maybe the next base is viable option. Already here I'm starting to look at where can the fights occur. Is this a good fight? In 24/48, yeah, we can be called to defend this if it wouldn't be a containment site, because that sucks. But say Pale Canyon is getting attacked soon, points flipping, we might just want to retake it and push on to another base or defend the water zones. So let's say the call comes to take out some Thunderers there then. You need to pull the Valk from an air terminal, and it's not always easy to see where they are on the map. The warp gate is always the best bet because it always works and you always know where it is. But just use the quick spawn from the map to understand. You can fuck up, like press this and see, oh shit, there's nothing here, I can't do anything. And all of a sudden you come to a place where you can pull a Valk. And before you pull a Valk, you call out that you're intending to pull a Valk, because otherwise there's gonna be 12 fucking Valks flying around in Alpha Squad, right? So I'm calling out for Alpha Squad here. I'm gonna pull a Valk for Alpha Squad. Press button. Button press. Valk is here. Woohoo! I'm using hover stability. Obviously, you can see how nice and smooth it like reacts to my commands. Can be really wobbly if you want. There's the scythe, not very good. Let's see if we get engaged. You don't need to be all that dodgy, because honestly, most transporting valks is just gonna be super easy to take you. You can get some enemies or whatever, do stupid shit, and if it's an air farm, you're probably gonna get fucked if it's too far away. And wiggle a little bit. La 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 la. And then just drop the mans. You don't need to call out that you're supposed to drop, because every red mist man is supposed to drop on waypoints or the base called out or house or whatever it is, and they should know this beforehand. So how am I flying the Valk? There are a few rules, I guess, you can take advantage of. The first is always press spacebar, because the thrust makes you go faster. Let me check. Now I'm just flying straight forward. With the hover stability it's 125. So I'm pressing this spacebar, tilting a little bit. You see how much faster it goes already. Then the Omega Brain veteran of course know that if you're tilting slightly sideways, it's gonna go even faster. It's gonna increase your speed ever so slightly. And this is how everyone flies a Valk, like tilted. So just try and do that, and you'll see that you take us from where we're supposed to be real fast. And there are 3 altitudes you can take. One is hug the ground. One is the retard mid-range. And then you have sky ceiling. The 2 best options, let's say the absolute safest option, is always to go sky ceiling. But it's gonna cost you time. Time for safety. It literally means that you just go as high up in the air as you can. That way you will avoid all the anti-air from the ground. And almost all the ESFs, because usually ESF farmers, they hug, they are quite high up, but they're always looking down to pounce on their targets from above. So you can see I hit the sky ceiling. It's getting a little bumpy, hard to control. And up here you can just chill, get your bearings, where to go. Oh, water zones again. And then start flying towards it. It's nothing more complicated. See, mid-range. Why is that shitty? Because you can get fucked by everything. You can get fucked by air pouncing in from above. You can be engaged by other retards in the Liberator. You can be shot by tryhards, like that one. You can be fucked by flak. Even noobs can shoot you on this range. This is the mid-range, by the way. It's just like 50 to 100 or 200 meters above ground. Liberator see you, this guy see you, that guy see you, shitter village there see you. Yeah, so it's kind of shitty. The funny thing is that this is the usual altitude everyone keeps, because it's the fastest route from any air spawn, like this one. You're gonna spawn here, and planetmen go, oh, go this way. And everyone is happy. Hugging ground then. Hugging ground is... Fucking stop shooting. Hugging ground is best on maps with much terrain obstacles, so obviously Esamir is really bad for hugging ground, because it makes it still easy for AP rounds to hit you, etc. But kinda makes you more difficult to spot in general. than having the mid-air altitude. And you're breaking a lot of line of sight while flying low, so they can't shoot you.
Eyes on enemy man.
Oh, couldn't spot. Very sneaky. So let's check the top speed of this one then. Over stability. Something like that. Yeah, around there somewhere. And let's test speedy loadout. How much faster does it go? A little bit faster. Pretty good. As the Valk pilot, it is your responsibility to drop the planetmans over somewhere that is really good for the beacon deployment. And usually this is antennas, towers, or elevated positions that make it hard to get and to shoot down by the enemy, both EMPs and light assaults. Gonna show you some beacon placement. And then you can call out a drop if you want, or you can state your intention that you're gonna drop people over the antenna or the tower, and then it's up for everyone to just hit it. Like, this would be a good place. Antenna beacon, the glorious antenna beacon. No, boink. And here, usually, we drop beacons on this. Let's see if we can find some weird place. Here, for example, you check this out. You see the antenna that's pretty close to A point. You can try and drop the planetmans over there. Can you ESF, bro? Oh no. Liberator incoming. Whee. When the call has been made from a squad lead where to drop on a new base, and you have a waypoint up, you don't need to call out for anyone to drop, because it's their responsibility to drop on the point house where they're supposed to be. And never ever slow down, because that is totally meaningless, especially if your intention to just drop the Valk. You go full speed ahead, because time is always of the essence, and everyone is dropping here then. Goodbye. The last thing is how to pilot a CAS-14 to be nice to the gunner. The only thing you need to think about really is to stabilize what the fuck you're doing. Go in one direction always, no matter which direction it is. The moment you start wobbling or don't know what the fuck you are doing, like you're taking rockets and getting a little bit stressed out, then your gunner is gonna have a really hard time. Sometimes wobbling is the best thing to do, obviously, if you need to like dodge behind things, etc. The range of a CAS-14, let's say the enemies are there, this is pretty good range. They will hit all the shots. If you're getting a little bit further away, the spread of it's gonna be not good enough, but like still viable. Just be as close as you can without risking getting one shot or two shots, you know, mowed down in 1 second. A good thing also is to check the when the gunner is running out of ammo, because he's gonna paka, and then all of a sudden he stops, maybe switches target, but maybe also he reloads, especially if you see if the target is not dead. Then you can do your maneuvers wherever you want it to be, either to give him better angle on the victim or just dodge 1 or 2 rockets. So yeah, I think that's that for this video. Just remember to pull Valks.